The Todd Shapiro Show, SiriusXM 168.
All right, man. I'm excited to see this guy. It's crazy because I saw you do stand-up now over a year ago for SiriusXM's Top Comic as you were, like, I guess, in the audition process or whatever it's called. And Ted Morris is here. Yay! Why is it taking so long to get you in here?
I don't know. It's not like I'm busy. Nothing going on.
No, that's not true. You're is he, like, Bryan, would Ted be the richest comic in Canada just by, I'm assuming you being a vet, you earn decent cash doing that?
Yeah, just by virtue of the fact that he doesn't work at a McDonald's in the day. They put him up in the top 10% for sure.
Well, in my defense, there's not a lot of competition.
Yeah, fair enough.
There are a lot of comics working at McDonald's. No, it's I've got my day job, which I'm stepping back from a bit. So
you are to focus on the
comedy, acting, just more fun than killing cats.
Aww.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to do it, but it doesn't have to be me.
How many do you think you've offed in your whole tenure as a vet?
More than I like to think about. I actually worked it out one day, and it was an alarmingly large number. Like, that's Christmas is bad.
Cats or dogs? Which have you killed more of?
Cats, way more cats.
That's all right.
Yeah. Well, because I've done, like, technically, I guess, abortions, like a spay where you're like, you're full of kittens. So when you get a group rate with the euthanasia, your numbers can get up really high really fast.
Just put them all in a freezer at once, take care of it.
How many have you saved?
Oh, I've saved, unfortunately, far fewer than I've killed, probably.
Probably eight.
Well, the times that I actually could be like, yes, I saved this life. Like, it's very few and far between. But when it happens, you're like, I'm a king. It's the best.
That's, I mean, like, how... I've always wanted to know what, like, you're a veteran, you didn't fight in any wars, you're a veterinarian. It's an old joke. I know. I just wanted to make it clear. I wanted to make it clear. It's such a dad joke. Okay, it's a dad joke. How did you did you know, like, you're smart? You obviously got to be smart to do it, but did you know, like, were you an animal lover, or did you just know it was a good profession to make money? Like, how does that? Are you an empathetic human being? Are you all about, like, how do you know?
I was good at science. Like, I was good at school. I really liked performing and acting when I was growing up, but then I moved to Africa for, like, most of my high school, where there was not a lot of arts going on. And so I'm like, okay, I need something else to do, and I'm good at science, like problem solving, and like animals. So.
What was in Africa?
What was in Africa? Africans, elephants, the typical African stuff that you would see.
Next question. Your parents?
Parents got posted there. They work for the government, so just spent 7 years in Africa growing up.
My goodness, Bryan, you must have so many questions. What's it like to? Yeah,
I was wondering, like, were you a veterinarian in Africa? Did you ever deal with any elephant?
I did help. I helped spay a lion, but we weren't allowed to talk about it. They're like, "Don't tell anyone." It was like, okay.
Is it just a big cat?
It's a huge cat. Yeah. When she was purring, you're like,
oh wow! So you spayed it?
Well, I just watched it from the corner. I was terrified. I'm like, this thing's going to wake up and eat me any second.
What's a lion's vagina look like?
Well, they're all pink inside, Bryan. It's, I don't know, just
thanks, doctor.
Little tiny furry party hat, pretty much.
Little blonde party hat.
I'm not a vagina expert, but they all kind of look the same.
They look the same. They look like Ted would be like looking at a female human's vagina next to a lion's vagina. He's like, I just can't tell the difference.
Can't tell the difference. Well, human and cow is very similar.
What?
I have to say.
Well,
maybe I've looked at the wrong vaginas.
No. I'm not saying what. I'm not saying what you're wrong. I'm just like, I'm surprised that human and cow vaginas are similar.
Have you not looked at a cow vagina?
Not in some time.
Oh,
it's been a couple months at least.
You gotta get in there. You'd be amazed.
Jersey porn. What up?
Vlad's on cowtinder.com right now.
Right. Chew your cud and swipe left.
This is the vet. You're my favorite guy. Brian used to be. You are now.
You served.
I would imagine, though, studying to become a veterinarian in Africa is a better place to do it because their animals are way more exotic and way more would kill you.
They're way more interesting there, but I just did high school there, so I did all my university. Came back to Canada for university.
You see a zebra?
Yeah, tons of zebras.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is the best.
If you ride a horse, you can get like right up to them because they're like, oh, you're just an ugly zebra, and they don't notice that there's a human on the back.
Wow, so they're just pals.
Yeah, you're just like, all right, this is fine.
So do they have like? I never even thought this is amazing, Brian. I never thought to ask this. Dr. Morris is here. Because how do I phrase this properly? Like, if you're a vet here. What's the typical range of animals you would maybe see in like a monthly, like, is it like
me? I only do cats and dogs.
You only do.
I do not care about anything else. I don't care. I will kill anything you bring in that is sick, but I will only fix it if it's a cat or a dog.
But are you qualified at that point to see other species?
Yeah, we learned everything. So I could technically work on anything from a cow down to a hamster.
This is
if
crazy.
I wanted to.
But if you're in Africa and you're a vet, like, you know, you're doing like the entire jungle.
You're doing the whole jungle, but also it's a very different attitude towards animals there. So they're like, oh, he's sick. I was like, all right, put him down.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like
Okay.
I can't even remember if we ever did blood work or took an x-ray. Like, you could get blood work done, but it would take like a week to get it back. And at that point, it's like, well, he's probably already going to be dead. Like, it was,
So most of it's about killing like, really anyone could be a vet is what I'm learning.
pretty much, it was pretty basic. It was
Veterinarian, you just need a baseball bat, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a heart full of regret.
Sack in a river.
Dr. Ted's so
It's fine.
dark. I love
I'm
it.
always surprised that I get clients after shows. But they're like, I feel like you would tell me the truth. I'm like, I will tell you the truth.
Yeah, that's the most important thing, actually.
Hey, Todd, weren't you going to ask Ted about fixing your dog?
Well, I got my little Yorkie, and I have DM'd you before. Yeah. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Oh no,
Poor dog.
I love
poor
the little guy.
I don't know what to tell you, Todd. It died.
No, my wife's really mad at me, is the truth. And just be honest with me, because I feel like a fucking dick. I think there's something wrong with my dog. He's 10 years old as Yorkie. His teeth are all fucked.
Yeah,
and
I'm
they're
surprised he still has any.
well, they're starting to fall out, and his breath is terrible. But is this like? And just be honest with me, like, and I will take him to see you. Like, is it like? Oh, I'm like sad. Do I have to like? Could I keep hearing it could be a blood disease now? Or like, should I have worried? Should I have taken care of this sooner?
Yes. What is wrong with you? Yeah. Dogs with crappy mouths, they have shorter lifespans. They get like bacterial infections in their kidneys, potentially on their heart. Yeah.
So I've been a dick. I've been a dick.
Yeah. I mean, their breath is never great at the best of times.
And is it too like if it like so he just had a couple teeth fall out like the last 2 weeks?
Yeah, that's not good.
That's not a good sign.
That's not good.
So I got to bring him in.
Bring him in.
Okay. And then would they potentially remove all his teeth?
At my place, because I'm amazing, we x-ray everything, just see what needs to go. But if he's 10 and he's never had his teeth done before,
Yeah,
he's probably going to lose pretty much most of
his
what's
teeth
left.
Oh no! And then what about like if there is a blood disease? You're saying, is there stuff that can help that now at this point, or could it be too late?
He just needs to get them done. Yeah, no, anything that's happening is totally reversible.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's but I should get on this sooner rather than later.
Well, how much do you like him?
Since I had the kid, not as much, but and his breath's really bad, so he's almost intolerable. But he's my first. Literally, I got the dog because my mom challenged me 10 years ago. It was like a 34-year-old going nowhere in life, sort of shock jock at the time that she didn't even and just fucking everything like Bryan O'Gorman's doing now. But
You're like describing my life, dude. I was like, right, go on, Todd. Tell me how it's going to end.
There's hope. You too might have a family and not take care of a dog one day. Okay.
Oh, yes. I can see my fucking mom doing that like next year. Be like, hey, I want you to take care of this egg for a whole year. You know, like a spoon. Oh,
It's
God.
basically so I did it out of spite, and he's doing well until now, and but at least I have the kid as the excuse. So okay, so I mean, do you tell people as a comedian where you work? Like, do you?
No, I
no.
never. Like, if
Yeah.
people ask me after a show, then I'll be like, "Yep, yeah, this is."
Because
this is
you
where I am
incorporate it in a lot of your stand-up.
I never used to. When I first started, I didn't do any vet jokes because I didn't think it was funny. I'm like, no one cares. No one's interested in me telling jokes about killing cats. Turns out I was very wrong. And except for lesbian-heavy audiences, everyone loves jokes about killing cats.
But I would imagine, like you, Ted, telling the jokes as a doctor and as a vet, like it softens the blow, right? Like you're obviously a guy that's not out there just to kill cats. You're out there to do the best you can to be humane and for the animal kind.
Oh yeah, it's my act. It's not. There's always a grain of truth, sometimes a pretty huge grain of truth. But yeah, it's a stupid profession to go into if you don't love animals because people are annoying and the animals don't come in by themselves. People are the worst.
Do you have a harder time dealing with the people than
the people? I would rather, when I have a surgery day and I'm just like down in the basement just doing my thing and I don't have to talk to any clients. So it's the best day ever. Best day ever. Yeah.
I was just thinking because Blau's dad's a heart surgeon. Imagine if he was a comedian, just telling like doctors telling jokes. Oh yeah, I know this fat slob coming in today, and his fucking arteries are all clogged. You're like you're pretty gonna joke on that one. Like,
Well, my problem is people are like, oh, he's a vet, so we'll book him for these like animal fundraisers, like Humane Society fundraisers. I'm like, no. That's my jokes are not for animal lovers. That's not. You don't want me.
I
for
tell
that
a
show.
story of a comedian named Ian Edwards. You know him out in L.A. Amazing dude. And I just happened to go to the Comedy Store there, and it was one of these animal fundraisers for like a California Humane Society, and Ian Edwards just went. Like he's pretty controversial, right? Yeah. And he went in there and just did a bestiality joke that lasted 30 minutes. Like he did not, like he knew exactly what at first I didn't think he clicked in. And then I realized as the more gasps and the more people walking out and the more like people like then maybe getting used to it and starting to laugh, he realized exactly, like he wanted to hit home on just like, it's a comedy club, okay? It's not only a fundraiser first. You came into a comedy club.
No, I lost these people at a Humane Society fundraiser with my bio. Just the person introducing me because there was a line about like discovered his love of stand-up comedy while getting his degree in veterinary medicine, but realized it's way more fun to kill on stage. We don't like
That's
you.
a great
We do
bio.
not like you. Dug myself out of a hole.
Dude, this is great. So, okay, one more question about my dog. I just want to ask. It's the only reason why I brought Ted in here.
Yeah, all right, let's do it.
He was never responding to my DMs. Okay. Blau, get him. Headlining Yuck Yucks, by the way, is Bryan O'Gorman, and emceeing Yuck Yucks tonight is Ted and Morris, which is kind of cool, right?
Am I?
Aren't you?
I better check my emails then.
Tomorrow or tonight?
Oh, am I on the website? Sounds sweet. Yeah, totally. That's what I'm doing tonight.
Did you not know?
No.
2 hours before the show.
This is. I'm really glad that I came in.
You're welcome.
This is perfect. Anything else I'm doing this week that you'd like to tell me about?
That's the best. Telling our guest what's on his website, what he's doing. That's my favorite. He's too busy killing cats. Okay. No. With the anesthetic that they give to little dogs, is there fear there? No, because I've read online. I go on these stupid dog. That's what's been delaying the process from beginning.
Don't do it. No,
Okay.
no. He's way more likely to like die in a car accident on the way to the clinic than he ever is under anesthesia.
Really?
Especially
What is there some like thing online where there's like those goop people or something going like don't gas your dog?
Basically.
Really?
Yeah, there is that stuff. And they're like, I had a bad experience. And everyone's like, we had a bad experience. My dog woke up never the same. My dog never woke up and it wasn't the same when I got it stuffed. Like, they're just so crazy. But
Like he barely moves.
okay,
he
so they dose it properly.
Oh yeah.
Okay, do you have any
Yeah,
extra?
we're not-
You have any extra for me for a good night's sleep?
We got some good stuff. Yeah.
What do you give dogs? Do they have is there like an OxyContin in the dog community they can't give to dogs? Like,
It's all the same. It's all the same stuff. Yeah, we use pretty much all the same drugs. Like we use Valium and ketamine to get them to fall asleep, or propofol, the drug that killed Michael Jackson.
Wow.
Very popular.
What's that for, that drug?
It's just an anesthetic induction agent just to get you to fall asleep until you get transferred to the gas. So not supposed to be used the way Michael was using it. So not surprised that things went awry.
It's nice to have a doctor. You have so much money, you just pay him so he can prescribe more. Like, it's so
just
fucked
drip
up.
it in. Yeah. The only thing we use is that people don't use is this antibiotic that apparently gives people hallucinations. And nobody cares if cats hallucinate when they're on it. So it's good stuff.
Yeah. I kind of want
Number
some of
one
that.
stolen drug from vet clinics.
Really?
Yeah.
Because like ketamine is, I mean, that's obviously a street drug everybody knows about.
Yeah, the ketamine's locked up though. The antibiotics are just on the sshelf, so people know that they can get high off these antibiotics. They're just like, all right, I'm gonna steal these.
Wow. What's that one called?
It's just gonna ask that. It's called Baytrill. The street name is Baythrill.
Really?
And I haven't tried it, so I can't recommend.
Okay. This is awesome stuff. You got any questions, Bri?
Well, I was just sort of thinking about Baythrill, and are there any other street names for it? Like any because like ketamine they'll call like K is the cat tranquilizer and stuff like that. Do they call it something like veterinarian-y, like rhino pee or something like that?
Pee.
Like,
I don't
look out
think
for
so.
the rhino pee, bro.
I think,
It's harsh around here.
Yeah, Baythrill's the only one I've heard, but I don't.
Have you ever heard of that drug before? Anybody?
No, I'm not
Other
a
than
cat.
Ted? I know, but I feel like I've heard about most drugs that get you high, and this even has its own nickname, and I didn't even hear any of this shit.
Well, I'm really glad I could spread this information.
You're the best.
I feel like I'm doing God's work today.
That's fantastic.
Do they put on like Scooby-Doo when they take this? Like, they're hallucinating? Like,
I have no idea what it does to people.
Yeah, the cats get all fucked up though. Like the cats hallucinate.
I mean, the cats always look they're always a little bit out to lunch. Cats are from outer space, so I don't think they hallucinate at the best of times.
Hey, some homeowners will get cats declawed. Is that a bad thing to do?
I don't do it. It's gross.
It's
I
gross,
used
right?
to, and every time you're just like, ugh, like when you're counting toes afterwards, and you're just like, this is just gross.
It's mean, right? Like is that because they don't want to ruin their furniture? Is that why? Like,
Yeah, it's just, well, don't get a cat then. It's very, very simple way of doing this. Yeah, I mean, first of all, I made it way too expensive, so. No one would do it because I would have them on like a morphine drip for 2 days and put them on all these painkillers. So they were like, they'd wake up from their surgery walking around on their toeless feet with no problem. But I'm like, this is still gross. Like, it doesn't matter that I can keep you comfortable while I'm amputating like 10 of your digits. It's still a stupid thing to do.
They take off the whole toe, not just the.
You take off the very first joint.
What?
Like the
I
whole
didn't.
thing.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, I thought they just grabbed like a wrench and just whoosh.
Yeah, like rip the nail out or something like that.
Well, one of the methods is you just use like nail clippers and literally clip their toe off.
Oh,
Yeah, and you can see why I didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I got
You
better
could
things
probably
to do.
get a part-time job with the Russian mafia or something if you really wanted to after this.
Yeah,
the
but
fucking
only
ball.
baby toes. I can only take off really small ones. So. Baby toes and pinkies are my specialty.
I was waterboarding my kid earlier. He did. I couldn't find the Oreos. Okay.
Tell me! Look in my eyes!
Wow. I can, that's good because I know now. Do cats and dogs get along?
Depends on the cat. Depends on
Yeah.
the dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. Don't mind. So some cats and dogs do they ever try and bang?
Like interspecies.
Yeah, I'm being serious.
There's probably what would be considered foreplay happening in some cases, and I've definitely seen some dogs, hump some cats. Definitely no consent going on there, and also like anatomically completely in the wrong place, and not going to fit together anyways. But no, that's purely a human thing, I think, probably.
with sadly, would not just
trying different species out.
Well, after that Cal reference, I mean, why wouldn't I?
I mean, I've certainly collected my share of semen from animals, but that was not a sexual thing. That was just,
Hey Ted,
hobby more than anything else.
Sorry, do you know when they say that like only humans and dolphins have sex for fun? Can you shed some light on that? Because I've seen dogs hump things and they don't look like they're trying to procreate, right? Like, right?
They look like they have the tongues out.
I think they enjoy it.
He's trying to have a baby with the sofa.
Otters apparently are really into just fun sex.
They'd probably give cute little hand jobs, like lying on their back.
As they try to smash it with a rock on their belly. Like that's not how that works. That's just wrong.
Huh. So no, more animal sex.
Horny animals. Let's go down the line of horny animals.
The horniest animals.
Who's the horniest animal?
Oh God, dogs.
Dogs.
Oh yeah.
Really?
So it's a good expression.
You can chop their
then.
balls off and they still want to hump stuff. Like that's some dedication.
Are we doing too much of the neutering? Is that a good thing? Like Bob Barker says, is that a good thing?
It's personal preference. Like in Europe, it's totally different. They're totally different attitude towards spaying and neutering. So it's rarely done there.
I felt just terrible after I did it, and I didn't want to do it, and I only did it because my parents said, Todd, stop fucking, so we cut mine off. No. My dog, I didn't want, but I had a lot of peer pressure. Like, you got to do it, and I did it, and I felt he wasn't the same after.
Yeah, he was lonely. He was missing his bits. Yeah, for the boys, there's very few health benefits to doing it. For the girls, there's a lot of like good like health reasons for spaying them. But for the dogs, like all the stuff that happens to them, you can fix it by neutering them if those things happen.
Oh, I see.
Like if they get a big prostate or they get like a tumor on a testicle, then you can take it off. But yeah, it's very personal preference. If you can like stop your dog from just humping random bitches, then you don't have to snip anything off.
And can dogs get like STDs?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so because my dog's got some warts around does my dog have warts? Or is
maybe. Are they nipples?
No, they're not nipples. He's
sure?
just got a couple like warty things around his dick.
Gross. Yeah, maybe he's got a yeah, there's a type of tumor.
When the doctor just goes, gross.
It's
fucking nasty.
It's like, there's very few things that gross me out, but yeah, it's just like
no, it's just like a couple little bumps. But I've seen them on other dogs areas too. But
yeah,
like,
you're looking at a lot of.
It's my thing. It's my thing.
Dicks.
I'm really into it.
I'm sure he's fine. There's a few, but if he's neutered, I'm sure he doesn't have an STD.
Okay. Can they get like chlamydia and stuff?
Cats do in their eyes. Cats get a lot of stuff that sounds like STDs in their eyes. Chlamydia, herpes.
Huh.
Yeah.
And can they spread to humans or no?
No. Thankfully, no matter how much you love your cat.
Can I always hear that animals can bring in a lot of bacteria into the home though, and it's dangerous for children. Like they say, I read also in this dog form, like don't let your dog lick your child, like kisses and things like that's like yeah.
I'm a big proponent of like the dirt theory. Like you need to let your kids eat dirt. You don't disinfect everything that's around them, or they're just gonna grow up being allergic to everything under the sun. Like don't let them lick your dog's ass, but if your dog licks his ass and then licks your kid, not the end of the world.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
I think so. Yeah. How about the dog dick, Ted?
How about that?
Yeah, can we talk about that?
It's a terrifying implement. It is
interesting, isn't it? Like, I mean, why doesn't it just stay out? It sort of retracts like Wolverine's claw or something like that.
Well, the grossest thing about it, because I have people complain all the time, like you said you neutered my dog and you still got balls, because when they get an erection, they like the
it looks like balls in there.
The crayon comes out, but then they get this like two swellings at the base, and that's what locks the dogs together when they're doing it. So you can't pull them apart. And they're like, you didn't neuter my dog. I'm like, do you really think I would just like push them up? Just just gently tuck your dog's balls away and then just charge you $500 for neutering him.
Wow! So this is the locking system.
This is the locking system.
They cut, because I know they get these two little hard fucking things there, and you're like, because I thought I think my Dr. Morris didn't take out the balls. He charged me a fortune when I wanted his toes removed too. Anyway, and then so they pull back, it shoots out, and that's locks like. And
then they lock together, and then the dogs like step over each other, like the stud just steps. So then they're going ass to ass. Because when I had to collect dog semen for a class, it was like Wednesday afternoon. The dogs were super into it. We had these like swabs from bitches in heat that we could use to like get them in the mood, but they did not need to be in the mood because they knew that Wednesday afternoon was jerk off day. So they were just like walking in the room like, let's do this. And you just sort of hold on, and then at one point they just step over your arm and you're like, oh God, no one make eye contact with me right now until
so they really they do like in a UFC move where they're like they lock you can't get out of it.
You can't get out. You gotta wait. And people are like, spray them with the hose. I'm like, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. You're just gonna have two wet humping dogs now.
Wow, this is wild stuff, eh?
So it's just like a mechanism inside, like underneath or above his balls that like locks her in.
Yeah,
so she can't
just
get
at
out?
like base of the shaft. Just they get like primary erection and then like secondary erection with these two little balls that go out either side.
And is that the idea? So the boner the lipstick dog dick goes in the person. And then
the dog. We're not gonna say person.
Oh, right. Sorry.
I don't know what you're doing.
We're not in Ohio.
I get bored really easily. Anyway, so like, hey, the dog dick lipstick goes in, and then those two little upper balls, or they go inside the vagina as well, and then
they go in, and then they become engorged when they're inside.
Oh my God, dude, that's so fucked up, yo.
They go so deep. That's crazy.
But you got to get in there.
Oh yeah.
And then it holds. So I'm gonna go and test these deep tonight. Lasted a little longer, honey.
We're off those yorkie balls. Daddy's coming home.
Yeah, we're here for 20 minutes.
That's so nuts.
Oh my god! Well, literally.
How about cat dicks? Huh? They have like barbs, don't they?
You
They
know,
have,
I've
like,
never
spikes?
seen a cat dick because I've never been a cat guy.
They're mysterious. They're tiny. They're super hard to find, and when they're not neutered, they're just. It looks like a cat tongue, like it's just covered in these little spikes, which probably explains why cats make so much noise when they're doing it.
Oh,
It's to like tear up the vag, so like because can't cats get pregnant by more than one cat? Or
Yeah,
something?
they can.
So yeah, it's to like deter the lady from wanting to fuck other cats. or
Yeah,
whatever.
so like, I don't want sloppy thirds. Are you kidding? This one's all beat up. This is no good.
There's a spiky ball in here.
Yeah.
Ducks to have barbed dicks too, right, Ted?
Ducks, I don't know. I have jerked off a rooster,
Whoa.
but it was like it's like two-stroke joke, and you can. It was like a party trick we were doing in the barn. You just like grab a rooster when no one's paying attention and just like aim it at them, just like, and just
really
have a little.
It's like me in college. Yeah.
a little cock semen on your back. Enjoy that.
1
It's
minute
a good time.
cock. Wow, dude.
Yeah.
How much comes out of a cock?
Not much. Sorry. Not as much as the horses definitely prodigious producers.
It's wild to see, isn't it?
It's a whole routine. Like there's a pommel horse that they jump on, and then we have these like giant, basically horse fleshlights filled with like warm water, so it feels good. Everyone has to wear a hat because you have to wear like protective headgear in case they get too horny. It's
They're just swinging that big old horse dick and like
and you have to wash it off first. You have to pull their dick out, wash it off. There's this thing called a penis bean that they get locked, like just schmegma in the end. You have to like pull out. It's just yeah. There's a reason I don't work with horses. Cows, you have to fist them first.
Have you done that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you've milked the prostate of a cow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was good at it too. That's like, you're really good at this. I'm like, thank you. Thanks a lot. And then you stick this thing called an electro ejaculator up their ass.
What the fuck?
It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a giant dildo that just like
gives you a shock.
Gives them a little shock to their prostate, and then you collect your semen.
Is it weird I'm getting horny?
I was going to say, do they have human ones of those?
I know.
I want to get my prostate shot.
I don't know if it probably works on people. They work on cats and cows. For sure. I'm sure it'll work on you, Brian.
That would be intense.
It's pretty big, though. I don't know what your capacity in your ass is. But
I don't know. I guess we'll find out when
we'll find out. Let's do this. Scientific.
I want to know those stuff, too. Like, the idea that you're actually just using a dildo shaped like that animal.
Yeah.
You're just servicing them. You're like you're a whore, Ted. You're a dirty whore.
We were doing a fertility assessment. And so you have to look at their sperm. You have to see if they got good swimmers, and you also have to measure the circumference of their balls. So you have to like grab this bull's giant balls and just like yank them down, and then take this measuring tape and be like, meh. It's
It's a size 34.
I've never felt more inadequate than I've been when I've been measuring bull balls.
Have you is there an animal known to have the biggest dick? Is it the horse?
No, it's someone surprising.
Is it like gray whale or something?
Yeah, it's probably like blue whales have huge dicks. Elephants have these like prehensile dicks that pretty much act like trunks. Like I saw an elephant just scratch his belly with his dick.
What the fuck?
He's just like, I'm kind of itchy. He was dragging it across the road, and then I guess it's like, mosquito bite, and just scratch this.
Just fixed his lapel real quick.
It's weird.
It's an arm.
Mice have really long tails on their sperm. I'm full of useless information. But
so a mouse's sperm will have a long tail.
The longest tail.
To emulate the mouse himself.
Right?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I just know I have a lot of information about animal semen that I do not put to any practical use.
Oh my gosh.
Are they all like, I mean, do they all, not to sound too crass or anything, but does it all like look like semen?
Yeah.
Like, is that the one common thing we have? Like, it's like just a sticky substance. Like various
thicknesses, various. various volumes, but pretty much the. I haven't actually done like a smell test or like the bouquet on this one is quite musky, but yeah, it's pretty much just different volumes.
Dr. Ted Morris, comedian, is hanging out with us, and Bryan O'Gorman. Brian's headlining Yuck Yucks tonight. Ted is emceeing it, which is nice, and we just told him.
Thank you.
Do animals, at least the majority of the animals you work with, is there more? Do they have more of a fluidity in their sexual preference? Is it male, female? Are there gay animals? Like how does that work?
Tons of gay animals.
Yeah,
they're like cows. A lot of times when you're trying to figure out if a cow's in heat, you just see if another cow is like especially interested in her. So they definitely participate in some fun lesbian play in the fields. Huh. But yeah, there's all kinds of horniness out there. I think that's the one thing all animals have in common. Is just I mean, like if you're a cow too, like it'd be all right to get eaten out by one of those big cow tongues. Those huge tongues? Are you kidding? That'd be amazing.
Do they do that?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like for pleasure, like not just.
No one I really think is getting off at all, but they at least to pass the time. I guess there's not a lot to do.
I was always amazed because I find like humankind has become more like dogs lately, where dogs just start sniffing the ass, and I see like that's essentially what Tinder is, like my buddy was like a girl came over and like the first thing she did was lick my butt, and like I was dancing all night, like they didn't even care.
That's friendly.
Yeah, we're becoming like we're just very into nature.
Yeah, everyone get back to your roots.
Yeah, get back to our roots.
Dance floor ass though, really. Oof.
Oh, I know. That's
like
terrible stuff.
Shit, that's like going jogging and then.
Yeah, no, I need to see that ass coming right out of the shower before I'm going anywhere near it. I need to watch you toweling off.
Yeah, I want to hear it squeak when you're walking over to me.
Yeah, I want to make sure the handheld thing was off the head too. And right up there. This is great. Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know where this is going. But I'm so amazed by your knowledge.
It took a weird turn
of animal sperm. Yeah, I didn't think. Okay, so my dog should be okay. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him serviced by you, and
I'll do his teeth.
Yeah, elephants have big dicks. What's a strange pet that people are having more and more now in this day and age?
Oh, everything's stupid. No one wants I'm like, just have dogs and cats. We domesticated them. Well, I don't think we domesticated cats, but like, what is wrong with having a dog? Like sugar gliders.
What's that?
It's a little thing that dies from the Amazon. They're just like little fuzzy things that like to die.
It looks like a little squirrel kind of.
Yeah, they're cute and people are like adorable, or like hedgehogs. People are like, I got a pygmy hedgehog. I'm like, why? Why do you want something you can't pet? Like, get a fish.
A lot of pigs.
Yeah, and people they're like, oh, it's a miniature potbelly pig. I'm like, no, it's just a piglet, and it's gonna grow up into a big stinky pig that you've got in your house. Yeah, those are sort of going out of favor, but it was a nightmare for a while.
Rabbits,
yeah. Rabbits are like an animal you just look at and don't touch, though. They're not like a pettable creature.
I hear they're popular in Hamilton.
Well, that's another reason not to get a rabbit.
Do you work on rabbits? Like people? No.
Nope.
So you're cats and dogs.
Yeah, we just send them away. Yeah, we used to, and then all of a sudden, like, no one spends any money on a rabbit. Like, or hamsters and gerbils was the worst because it would always be like a mom and like a 3-year-old, and then you'd tell mom how much it would be to like find out what's wrong with the gerbil. And then an hour later, she'd come back without the 3-year-old and be like, yeah, we'll just get rid of that. I'm like, okay. It's like, it costs $2. I'm like, I know, but it's going to cost more than $2 to like keep them alive. So what do you want me to do?
That's so crazy.
What about, I love this, Dad. I don't know why. Oh, I just had a question. It escaped me. Oh my goodness. It was about the weird animals and the different animals. Oh, I forgot it. Brian, you got anything to fill in for the meantime?
Sure, man. What about when we were talking about crazy pets and stuff? Have you ever these assholes with snakes and stuff like that? Is that still prevalent?
Snakes. Good call.
Yeah.
That shit changed. Like in Florida, they have all these snakes that are at the top of the food chain now because these fucking hillbillies down there were like releasing their pet snakes into the Everglades, and now they've taken over like the top of the food chain. They eat alligators down there, man, or crocodiles, which one they have. But yeah, they're at the top now. Is there any shit like that, like boas wandering around?
Oh, probably. I don't. Why are you getting something cold-blooded? Like, why are you snuggling this thing that is just like seeing you as a source of heat? And be like, yeah, I'll just wrap myself around your neck and keep warm. spiders. I think it's weird when people own spiders. I'm like, you have an insect. Well, it's not an insect. As a pet, like you might as well just have a cockroach.
Can you work on a spider if you had to?
We did like a day. No, do we even do spiders? No, I don't think we did. No.
What about
arachnids.
birds like macaw? Like big like rich people get all these like fancy birds and shit.
I think you're weird if you have a bird. I think you're weird, especially if you have a parrot, because parrots like one person. And that's it. And then they live for 50 years.
Do parrots live for 50 years?
Oh, they live forever. And they spend every morning they wake up and they scream. Like it's just part of their normal behavior. That is, people are like, what can I do about this parrot screaming? I'm like, your research so you don't get a parrot in the first place? Why do we do that? Why is he making so much noise? Because he's alive. That's how he's letting you know that he's alive and he's in a good mood. And enjoy that every morning for 50 years.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing when you come into somebody's house too, and there's just like newspaper with shit all over the place and stuff. And like you said, they only ever seem to like one person. So it's like you come in and they're just like, "This is Henry." And it's like, "Bah, bah, bah." You're like, "Oh, that's horrible."
Bird people are weird, and they're like, I have to jerk him off every day, or he gets upset. I'm like, well. How did you work that out? It's like you probably jerked him off one day.
Hold on, Ted. How are they jerking off these parrots, and what does a parrot dick look like?
It doesn't look like much. All the birds kind of look the same, but it's just a little.
What resembles the human dick the most?
Horse dick, if you're lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
Does it have a head? Like, does it have a foreskin?
Yeah, it's all foreskin.
Really?
It is 100%. Yeah, horses. I guess the closest cows are very different.
I love how we got back to animal dicks.
Very different.
You can try to get away, but we're coming right back to animal dicks
come back to
every
it.
time, Dr. Ted. Every time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of all the dicks I've seen now, though. Not possums, because those are bifurcated.
No one else. I know we spade and neuter animals, or neuter for men, but no one does circumcisions for animals, right?
Someone probably does. There's probably some weirdo out there that's like, I just want to raise him in the faith. But just want him to look like his daddy.
It's an interesting Fido commercial. You can use that one on stage.
Gross.
Okay, no. Oh my God, Ted, you're just a blast, buddy. What else is going on? Tell me about your shows and things going on. Do you know anything going on?
My new show, Pop Porn, aired about 2 weeks ago. Started airing about 2 weeks ago on Out TV and Out TV Go. Which, if you ever watch Video on Trial on Much Music, it's basically Video on Trial, but we make fun of gay porn instead.
That's very cool.
Which is amazing.
Awesome. Are you gay?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Hence the dick talk.
Yeah. Do you have straight people who sort of make fun of gay porn too?
Yeah, I think there was 2 gay dudes, and I think everyone else was straight. So it was a nice mix of people.
Yeah.
We're just making fun of the plot. We're not like, nah, that position looks a little awkward. Although there was some of that.
Okay.
But, yeah, it's a good time.
That's Out TV Go is where you check that out. A new show called Pop Porn, and you're doing your show. You got your Queer and Present Danger with Chantel Maristica. We love her. Kara Connors at the Rivoli. That's going on the 25th at 9 p.m.
It's gonna be a good time.
That's good to know. I love Chantel. She's like one of my favorites too.
Fucking hilarious. Man.
So funny, eh?
Yeah, dude.
She just brings it. And are you going to JFL at all or no?
No, I went last year for one of those Kevin Hart's LOL tapings, but I ripped it up too hard. So they're like, leave some for everyone else, Ted. I'm like, all right,
too much animal.
Fair enough, Kevin. Fair enough.
Does Kevin Hart watch them like when they're taping them and stuff?
Apparently he did last year, but I was on like the last taping. Like I felt very much festival adjacent because like the festival ended on the Sunday or the Monday, and I showed up on Saturday. We had our taping Sunday night, and we're like, is anyone still here? Anyone? Just us? Okay. All right. Good times, everyone. This has been fun.
It's a lot of like partying too, right? So
yeah, everyone was like, we're showing up, and we're like, yeah, let's party. We'll have a good time. And they're like, no, we're done. You know, we partied last night. It's too much.
O'Gorman, you're not doing JFL, are you?
No, not this year, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, that festival is getting sort of all over Canada now. Actually, all over the world. They do one in Australia now. They do one in out west, JFL Northwest or whatever, like the
Yes.
the
Yeah.
BC one. There's
And
one-
GFL 42, you're in
Of
Toronto
course,
now?
yeah, Toronto. You know, I think the Toronto one is actually, I think it's bigger, like money wise, than the Montreal one. Don't quote me on that, but I think we've had more people come through doors to watch shows and stuff like that.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Just I think it's probably because there's more people.
Yes, yeah.
Probably the main thing.
And more of a destination really for
Yeah.
people in terms of a travel. You
Yeah.
know, like it's funny because they don't really refer to like the sort of JFL Montreal as like a Montreal JFL. Like I forget, they just like it's not about Montreal, it's about Canada type of thing,
right.
Which is also interesting.
Yeah, I'm
And-
glad that company did that, and they've sort of really got their brand all over the world. You know, it's
Dude, they are
it's
done
nice.
so well,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
so good to us too. Like everyone at JFL, so good to us. They even listed us on their Comedy Pro website. I didn't know that. That makes me so JFL Pro. That's like so crazy for us.
Yay.
Nice.
Ted, listen, I first off, I will bring my dog to you.
All right.
Okay. This the interview
I'm
went well.
the best.
You better not fucking die.
Oh God, so much pressure now.
No,
What does
like-
he look like?
Oh,
Hold on, just have a replacement standing by. It's like I put his balls back in for you.
it's not a hamster. I
Acting
can
like
tell.
a puppy again.
It's not a. Let me show you, and then we're gonna get Blau. Do we have which interview do we have time for? By the way, because we're gonna take a quick break and then get to Blau's interview. We can do one of the two.
Yeah.
Who are the two you interviewed?
So Moshe Kasher, who's married to Natasha Leggero, and Wyatt Sanat. I think we should do Moshe, kind of like, you know.
Well, we'll
go
get
with
it
that
in. How
theme.
long's the Moshe one?
It's only 7 minutes and 20 seconds because I lost the connection partway through. Well, he lost the connection partway through. That should be clear.
All right, so we'll get to that in a couple of minutes because we'll end the show on that, and I'll thank all the sponsors. I'm trying to find a picture for Ted of my dog here. He's super cute, man. But his teeth are all like because a lot of people don't know how to take care of their pets.
No
really.
one looks at their teeth.
Yeah,
I annoy my friends because the first thing I do when they go over and meet their pets is like flip up their lip and be like, "Oh, gross! What are you doing? Do something about this."
Yeah, why can we? But I mean, we tried to brush his teeth, but the little asshole wouldn't let us.
Yeah.
And that's where we tried
Yeah.
to put it. That's not the
how
right
much does he
place.
weigh again?
5 pounds. I did have a vet weigh in the day tell me because he got bit by another dog and we had to sedate him to get him like and he said pound for pound he said it was the toughest dog he ever had. Two of us couldn't, like, some of those little Yorkies are fucking tough, right? No?
I'm gonna have to plead the fifth. I don't think I've ever met a tough Yorkie,
My
or at
Yorkie-
least a Yorkie that I was like intimidated by.
This is why I was mad that I actually spayed or neutered him because he should have been a stud. Like he was like he was like the top of his class type of guy. Like he went in the gifted program. I think we paid for Montessori for him, but like
You can still jerk him off.
okay.
He'll still be into it. I'll take a swab from a dog in heat next time we've got one in.
Yeah, get to the point.
Just to
What
get
does
him
this
in
dick
the
look
mood.
like?
Yeah, can you revert? You can't reverse the neutering thing, right?
No, I'll just take a lot of compromising pictures when he's under the anesthetic.
Okay, this is fun. I'm looking. I can't find a picture of my dog because it's all my kid. That's what happens. Every parent knows that.
A Yorkie is like a tiny little terrier kind of thing, right?
Yeah, sort of like a pointless, like almost kind of dog.
They were bred to get rid of the rats in the tunnels in the medieval days, and that's what they were bred for.
Yeah, all the terriers.
All the terriers,
Yeah.
and they are fiery because they're terriers.
Yeah,
like they're hunters.
I always have terriers because there's something about a dog that doesn't obey you that I find really endearing. So my dogs are usually terriers.
Yeah. Well, so you own dogs.
I'm between dogs now, but I am actively hunting for another one.
Wait a second. What the fuck happened to your old dog? You're a vet.
You could, like, if you just found one that you liked, you could tell your patient that the dog was dead and just steal him.
And I might do that. I'd be like, it doesn't look good. He's got a very rare condition.
This beautiful dog is gonna die.
You don't want to see him in the condition he's in now.
Do you have a favorite dog species?
My last dog was a Jack Russell. And they were on my short list of dogs that I did not want to get. But then she got brought into the clinic and she to be put down when she was like 5 days old because someone chopped her foot off. And I'm like, I gotta take this sad sack home.
This is my little dog
So I'll
here.
probably get you little troublemaker.
He's coming for
He's
you
got a
next.
little mohawk down his back.
Yeah, we gave him a little. Yeah, he's a stylish dog. Yeah, He was good. He was good chick bait in the day.
So any pictures where he's not sticking his tongue out? Or?
This one. Oh, you can see how fucked up his mouth is.
He's better with it. Oh yeah. There's something wrong with this.
Oh, he's cute, but his mouth looks like a British
No,
bartender.
he's just doing a Ben Affleck smirk there. He wanted to be the new Batman.
Fair warning, he might be one of those dogs who, after he loses all his teeth, like his jaw slowly disappears.
Oh shit! No, he's better. It's not too bad.
But yeah,
You can tell by pictures, teeth are fucked.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Huh.
Just look at his face. Hey, buddy.
Okay, so you'll take care of him.
All sort of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you to Ted. Ted Morris, everyone. What's your Twitter handle at?
Dog Tour Ted, which is doctor with a G, which I thought was hilarious until nobody got it. But I'm stuck with it. Yeah, dog.
What did Bryan think?
I thought it was dog tarded.
Like, that's what everyone says. Like, that's very offensive. I have a special needs child. Like, that's not what it means.
Oh, dog Ted.
You're more retarded than they are then.
Okay, dog Ted. I get it. Guys, thank you, both of you, because I'm going to thank our sponsors. Then we're going to close out with Blau's interview, and then you'll do a thankful thank you to all the sponsors. Ted, you're a beauty. I hope you come back. I really do. Bryan, have fun at Yuck Yucks this week.
Thanks, man.
I'm sure you'll have some fun, maybe closing out your tour with some Toronto girls as well.
Fuck, we're going to have a good time. Make sure you guys come down to shows Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm headlining Yuck Yucks Toronto. So, yeah, come down and check it out, man.
And then you're back to the West Coast?
No, I'm going to chill here, man, for a little while. I'm doing some filming and writing for some people and stuff like that. And I'm going to be hanging around doing shows in Toronto for a little bit. And then, Australia, England, Europe stuff, sort of like the end of the year.
Hey, both of you, and I say this wholeheartely. I've been around in the game for a long time. Like I'm 44, and you know, I know it's not to say that you haven't accomplished a lot already. I really believe like in the next few years for both of you, honestly, and I detect talent. You're gonna fucking blow up, honestly, like on a different level. So
good.
Best both of you have something very special. I really mean that.
Thanks, man.
Todd.
Honestly,
Let's hope so. Let's hope someone outside of Canada pulls us into it.
I honestly really mean that. And if there's any of assistance I can do for free dog cleaning and teeth removal, I'll do it. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Make sure you go and follow Bryan O'Gorman too at bog _416. He also played on the dog thing.
The Todd Shapiro Show.